Good evening. I don't even know what today's date is. I think tomorrow's 30th? Thursday. That's right. Tomorrow's Thursday. This is going to be night 3 in the dorm. We went to Asakusa today, which was great. After that PowerPoint presentation, or as those in the military know it, death by PowerPoint. Yes, it happened. My group is pretty interesting. There are a bunch of interesting characters. Brian's from Myanmar. He also has been to numerous countries, including China, which is kind of cool, not gonna lie. McKenna's like me. She's 22, 23, and she's like a carbon copy of me. It's I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty great. And Dan's pretty level-headed. He's about 20, 21, from Rhode Island. McKenna is from all over the U.S., but she said she currently resides in California. And Becky, oh God, I forgot where Becky's from. But Becky's pretty cool. Diva is originally Romanian, or no, sorry, Lithuanian. But she lives in New Jersey now. And then we've got our youngest member, Manny. Her name's Amanda, but she goes by Manny, which is kind of cool. This is her first time out of country, so she's nervous. She's got high aspirations, high hopes. But it's a very diverse group, and we get along pretty well. So today, after Death by PowerPoint, which ended around noon, we hopped the train to Asakusa and went to it's not a tomitan. Oh God, I'll have to look up the name again. But it's this mixed bowl. It's like a pancake. It's a savory pancake is what Naya called it. You order it and I got gyuten, and it's a bunch of different ingredients. So mine had strips of beef, strips of pork, minced beef, minced pork, an egg to hold it all together, some lettuce, God, there was something else in it. And then you mix it all up in the bowl they give you, and once you've mixed it all up, you put it on the hot plate, on the griddle, and you let it grill one side for 5 minutes. Well, obviously before that you put something on the griddle to prevent it from sticking. My side of the table decided to use lard. Yeah, you heard that right. Lard. And so you put it on there, and then you grill it. Well, I say grill, but it's a griddle. So after about 5 minutes, you flip that sucker over with 2 spatulas, and you grill the other side. And then you put this sauce on top right before you pull it off, and then you put mayo on top. Well, you can. These aren't required, obviously, but I did it. You put mayo on top, and you can put natto flakes on it, which if you put those on while it's on the grill, the fish flakes look like they're dancing. Yeah, you heard that right. Dancing. So I said no thanks. But then it's meant to be shared, which Naya didn't tell us, so we each ordered our own. And yet we all decided to share anyways. So mine was gyuten. Brian got the one with kimchi. I don't remember what Becky got, but McKenna got the same thing I did, which was the gyuten, which meat. Come on, let's be honest, I'm from Texas. Niku is like life. That and potatoes. And biscuits and gravy. But that's beside the point. So you cut it up while it's still on the grill and you serve it to everybody with a spatula. Do not, I repeat, do not use your chopsticks. McKenna used her chopsticks and she was like, nobody saw that. I was like, yeah, nobody saw that but me. You're good. But it's meant to be shared. So it's a great meal to have with friends. Each order something different and you just share it amongst each other. So needless to say, we were completely and utterly stuffed when we left that place. We didn't get there until about 2. We left at about 4, which is why our outing, instead of ending at 4, ended at like 7, 6. I don't even know anymore. My time frames are off. My timing's off. Naya said that, as most of you know, let me back up, as most of you know, I have tattoos. As a lot of Americans tend to have. Well, I say a lot in like a subjective sense. And out of respect, because I have researched the culture for the last 10 years, out of respect for the stigma, I brought long sleeves to wear. Just common courtesy. In the South, it's kind of ingrained in you from birth. So I was like, oh, you know, I'll bring long sleeves and it'll be fine. Well, if you're anything like me, you like having your arms exposed because they're easier to move around, right? Well, I had to keep reminding myself silently and, you know, in my own head to keep my sleeves down. I'm at the dorm now, so it's okay. It's nothing but international students here. I say that, but I still hide my tattoos. So Naya was telling me today, she's my resident director, by the way, guys. Sorry. But she was telling me that it's okay for me to show my tattoos. In all the research I've done, I haven't seen anywhere where it's actually okay to show your tattoos, where it's acceptable. Okay is not the correct word to use. Acceptable is the word to use. So, I haven't read anywhere where it's acceptable. It's frowned upon, which, considering the history of the Irezumi, the body suits of the Yakuza, it's understandable to cover your tattoos. Yeah, I mean, I could sit there and say, well, I'm an American, and I'm technically a tourist, which, I mean, I'm here to study. So it doesn't seem wise, if you will, to take what I've learned about the culture and just throw it out the window. Tattoos are stigmatized, and they're stigmatized for a reason. So when I get told that it would be acceptable to go to an onsen where, as I know, tattoos are not allowed. Tattoos are not allowed in gyms. If they can see it and it can't be covered by a patch about that big, you will be asked to leave. And knowing that, I choose, as an adult, and a responsible adult, I hope, to not put myself in, or I guess they're my teammates at this point, not to put them in that situation. She was saying that I could get a private room at Hakone, which is where the onsen is. Well, that doesn't seem right to request my own special accommodations, because I made a conscious decision as an adult to get tattoos. Now, granted, all of my tattoos have very special meaning, and they're very important to me, but I am not going to subject the people that I am with, or the citizens of the country I am visiting, to my tattoos just because they mean something to me. To them, they could be extremely offensive, and you don't know that. And so instead of putting myself and my group mates, I guess is the better word, in a situation where not only are they going to be embarrassed, but I'm going to embarrass myself, I'm going to embarrass my country, I'm going to embarrass my university, and let's be honest, I'm not embarrassing my university, nor am I going to embarrass the program I'm with. I chose ISA because of the classes that were available. And the classes that are available is East Asian Studies. Japanese too, of course. But despite the university here being a university of a lot of international students, there are a lot of cultures where tattoos mean different things. Just like here, if you put your chopsticks straight up in a bowl of rice, it's considered disrespectful. Same concept. Showing my tattoos in public is considered disrespectful, in my mind, not everybody's, in my mind, of the culture and the country I am in. Just like not knowing the full history, or not accepting of the history, or refusing to take the history as what it is, history, and something to learn from. If I take those and run with it, I'm not only failing myself because I'm refusing to learn, but I'm forcing my opinion and my viewpoint on others, whether it seems like that to me or not. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone, every single human being on the face of this planet, and any other planets if you believe in it, is entitled to their own personal opinion. And so, my personal opinion, in regards to myself, I am here to learn. I am here to respect the culture that I have researched over 10 years. The culture that has such a rich history that it makes you want to learn more. But I also respect the culture that I grew up in. I'm an American citizen. I will always be an American citizen. And that will not change with me being in a foreign country. I've been to Germany. I was an American citizen in Germany. And yes, we fought in World War II. We were enemies. But in World War I, we were allies. And what are we now? Allies. In World War I, in World War II, we dropped a bomb on the Japanese. And whatever your belief system is as to why we did it, it doesn't matter. At this point in history, in 2017, we are allies with the Japanese. We are tentative allies with China. We are allies with South Korea. We are tentative allies with Russia. We have history with these countries. And the history is not always positive. But please, if you take anything from this, America is not a horrible country. America has made bad decisions. But so has China. So has Russia. So has Japan, despite what many people want to believe. You cannot take your belief system and force it on other people. If you are somewhere to learn, have an open mind. Take everything in stride and do your own research. Do not just believe something just because someone says it's true. Because then what are you? Are you a global citizen? Or are you an automaton?